You have acquired a great deal of knowledge from books, right? What other people have said.
Yes, sir.
Agreed? And you repeat that for the rest of your life, don't you? Getting a little more or a little less, but you keep on repeating that. Right? So what happens to you, to your brain?
It's not your own.
Huh?
It's not your own.
Which means what?
I'm not thinking for myself.
Which means go on, sir, inquire. No, what does that mean? That you're all second-hand human beings. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right? He doesn't like to say that. He doesn't like to acknowledge that he's a second-hand human being.
Sir, but if we were to start discovering knowledge, it would certainly take ages.
What? What's that?
He says if he had to discover all the knowledge that is given to him, it would take ages.
I don't quite follow that.
If he has to pick up all the knowledge himself,
Of course not.
it would take ages.
It won't take, probably will take 1,000 years. But see the point that as long as we are learning about something from others, say for example, if you want to be a scientist, you have to study all the previous scientists and their discoveries. All this knowledge is stored up, right, in books, by your study. It's there in your mind. You can't start right from the beginning to discover what science is. Other people have discovered it. And so you learn about it. And you repeat what other people have said. Right? Right? Do you agree to all that? Do you? Don't be shy. That's what you're doing, old boys.
Sir, what's wrong in doing that? Sir, what's wrong in doing that, sir?
Oh, what's wrong doing that? You're like a machine, aren't you? If you keep on repeating what other people have said, you're just like a machine going round and round and round.
But I certainly don't have the feeling that I'm a machine.
Of course not. Of course not. You don't have the feeling that you're a machine. But you are. You don't like to think you're a machine. Probably you're studying, I don't know what you're studying. Suppose you're studying mathematics. And that's your subject in which you are going to pass your examinations. And you become a professor in mathematics in some unfortunate university. And what happens? You repeat what you have learned, right? And you tell the other students to repeat what they have learned. So you gradually, your mind, your brain becomes mechanical, like a machine going around and around and around. You may discover something in going round and round, but it's still round and round. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Are you quite sure?
If I were going to become a mathematics professor, I wouldn't go about just all 24 hours, I wouldn't just teach mathematics. There's so many other things I could do.
He
If I
says
would be a machine, then I would be going
when he
round and
becomes a
round.
mathematics professor, he won't be doing mathematics only 24 hours.
No, of course
He'll
not.
be doing other interesting things as well.
You will doing other interesting things, which means you are not interested in mathematics. So you realize what you're doing with your life? With your life. School, college, university, passing some exams, adding some alphabets after your name, and for the rest of your life you do this.
Any alternative to it?
What?
He says, what is the alternative?
Do you want to find out? Do you want to learn about it? Do you? Seriously? Will you give as much time as you have done to study mathematics or to your study? Or you just a passing interest? Huh? You want the alternative. I'll tell you what the alternative is. But we must give time to it, won't you? Right? Will you? So you just are asking what is the alternative, because it doesn't matter. What matters is exams, title, job.
Sir, but even that alternative is again in the, you're going to do the same thing. Once you say that you want an alternative, you're still in the field of knowledge and...
That's right. Quite right. Field of knowledge. So, you move from one knowledge to the other, which becomes, knowledge is the same.
Yes, sir.
So, do you want to find out how to live a life where knowledge is necessary, where knowledge is not necessary? Knowledge is necessary if you're a carpenter. Knowledge is necessary if you want to drive a car. Knowledge is necessary if you want to be a businessman or an engineer or some crook. Right? Knowledge is all necessary there. Now, find out where knowledge is not necessary or may not be necessary. Find out. Exercise your brain to find out. Do you understand my question?
Yes, sir.
All my life I have worked in this field. I go from one corner to the other and I think I'm free. But it's still in the same field, right? Now, I realize that. That's not freedom. It's like a donkey tied to a tether. It thinks it's very, very free because it's got that length of rope. But it's not free, right? So I have to ask if there is freedom first, which means freedom from this, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how will you find out?
But there isn't any freedom from that.
Huh?
There is their freedom. I mean, the prime importance is passing school, getting a job, and being secure in life. I mean, that's the prime importance. There is the
He
freedom.
says the prime thing is to pass exams, get a job, and feel secure. Where is freedom from this?
That's what I'm asking, sir. There is no freedom from this. As long as you want that, there is no freedom from it. You understand? As long as I want a job, I want a good job, money, house, family, I'm stuck there. So if I want freedom, I have to inquire, right? I have to say, what is freedom? From what?
You have to inquire from what you want to get freedom from.
That's right. First, freedom from. right? Now, I'm violent. I want to be free from violence. That's one. I want to be free from pain. I want to be free from public opinion, which none of you want, right? Right, sir? Public opinion matters very much to you, doesn't it? Agree? But you don't want to be free from that, do you? You're frightened. What people might say about you. Have you heard of Bernard Shaw? Huh? The writer, he's dead. He had over his mantelpiece, people say, let them say. You understand? You understood?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
That is again an escape from what people are saying.
No, boy. You know, people say all kinds of things, right? Suppose, all right, people say all kinds of things about me. Who cares? They might say good things, they might say bad things, they might want to say things to hurt you. Let them say what they want. Who cares? But you all do.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because the world that we figured for ourselves, this is of prime importance.
What?
The world that we figured for ourselves, we want such a world. I mean, what I previously said, we want the security, we want the job. The world that we figured for ourselves, public opinion is also of prime importance.
He says the world which he has figured for himself, public opinion is also an important factor.
Of course.
Apart from job and security.
So, are you frightened of public opinion? Of course you are. You don't even know about it.
Sir, is there life after death?
Oh, gee. Why are we all laughing? Because a little boy asked, what happens after death? We'll talk about it another time. But now we're talking of what happens before death, not after. Right?
Some people say, some people who gone to hospitals when they were dying, and they brought back to life, they said they've seen a long tunnel and they went through it and saw their friends shouting at the other end of the tunnel.
What is that?
He says people who have been dying and rescued from death, when they come back they say they went through a tunnel
And came.
and the other end they found their friends shouting at them.
Look, don't talk about death now. We'll do it another time. Let's talk about what happens before we die, shall we? Huh? Right. Have you ever looked at yourself? Apart from the mirror, I don't mean that. Have you looked at yourself? Have you?
Yes, sir, but all the time I've always been forming images about myself that I'm this and I'm that. And it does not get me anywhere.
Agree. Now, why do you have images about yourself? Can you, listen to what I asked my question, can you look at yourself without any image? Or look at yourself who are the maker of images? Or can you look at the image that you have made about yourself? This applies to all of us. Huh? Can you look at yourself, which is your image, look at it. Can you look at your image that you have made yourself, of yourself?
It's been too strongly embedded within me.
What?
It has become too strongly embedded within me.
The image has got strongly embedded in him.
So you are the image, are you? Right? Right, sir? Do you agree to that? Silence. You make a statement that your image is strongly embedded, and I say, look at that strongly embedded image. Can you? I see you're not used to think things out for yourself, right?
I don't... everything seems to go blank.
I know. Why? How old are you?
15.
Remain 15, nice. Don't grow old. We've talked for an hour. Is that enough? Is that enough? Yes. The boy says yes. Is that enough? What do you say?
I
Oh,
don't
sure.
think you answered a single question, sir.
What?
I don't think you answered a single question.
He says you have not answered a single question.
Of course not. I've not answered a single question, that boy says. Why? I'm not escaping, I'm not avoiding. I can answer all your questions, but I haven't answered them because I want you to think it out for yourself. I can help you to think it out. But you see, you are used to being, you ask a question and somebody answers it. So, you have stopped questioning yourself, right? Whereas if I say, look, you've asked a question like passion, like knowledge, inquire into it, look into it. Exercise your mind to understand it. Not what I say, but find out. That way you have a good brain. But if I say, well, passion is this, or the end of knowledge, and so on, if I explain it all very carefully, which I will, I'm not frightened of explanation, but at the end of it, what will you do? You will repeat that explanation, right? Whereas, if you and I can think together, explore together, find out, learn, but you're not doing that. Your mind, your brains are used to being told what to do, how to think. But I don't want to do that. I want to, if we can, help each other to find out, to learn about things anew, fresh,